We're much more likely to be able to do good deals, and by that I mean buy a property at a bargain price, what others may call buying below market value, when we know our area, when we're familiar with values, when we understand how the market works in that area, when we know the local estate agents, and so on. I'm always surprised that many investors turn their noses up at the idea of finding deals through estate agents. If you think about it, that doesn't make sense. 90% or 95% of vendors' first call when they want to sell their property is to an estate agent. Estate agents have the low-hanging fruit, and they can give you access to many of the best deals. There's also a general perception that the only good deals to get from an estate agent are the ones that they're hiding in their bottom drawer and reserving for their very best clients. It's true that they will have those deals, and it's true that until you have a really good relationship with them, you probably won't be offered those deals. But there are plenty of other deals which may not be the very best, but which are perfectly good enough, especially to get us started. The only way that we're going to unearth those deals is through a little bit of hard work. When you know your area reasonably well, you'll begin to spot when properties come onto the market at what looks like an already cheap price. That might be a clue that the vendor's looking for a quick deal, or that there's a story behind the sale which could result in your doing a good deal. I have alerts set on Rightmove for my investment areas, and as soon as something a little bit different or a little bit interesting comes on, I call the agent straight away and go straight around and have a look. When I first started doing this, I didn't end up buying every property I went to look at, far from it, but it was a great way of starting to build a relationship with the agents. It instantly showed them the sort of property I was looking for, and they could see that I was prepared to act because I was straight on the telephone making an appointment to view the property. It is a numbers game, and the more you do this, the more likely you are to find a deal. A few months ago, I decided to start buying properties in a completely new area and to start from scratch, as if I was a beginner, just to see what would happen. And the main reason I did this was to see just how hard it is to start nowadays, so I can give better advice to my mentees. I allocated one Monday to go into estate agents to talk to them, to ask for details, and to make appointments to view properties. I didn't know any of them, they didn't know me, and I didn't know the areas very well. And Monday is probably the worst possible day you can choose to see estate agents, but I was busy all the rest of the week and didn't have any choice. But just doing that resulted in my being able to find a bargain property which I purchased. So I know it can be done, it just takes a little bit of persistence, although from the example I've just given, it only took me a day of going to a dozen agents to find a deal that worked. To keep things simple, I'll talk about how we finance our property when I talk about step number 6, letting and refinancing. So let's move on to step 5 of the 7-step system, add value. I'll see you in the next video.